Good morning, I'm Kevin O'Hara for habitsv2.com. I've been coaching people to really happily stop drinking alcohol for over a decade, and in this video I'm going to share with you why alcohol cravings are not what you think. Most people look at cravings as something bad, something to be avoided, something even that is things that are going to be terrible in their lives. I look at these things as merely a clash of choices. The choice to continue with your familiar crutch, the instant gratification mindset, or freeing yourself from this habit and seeing who you can become, seeing what life you can create for yourself. So cravings are the friction that you feel between those opposing mental and emotional forces, right? It's like when you're trying to do anything, you're faced with doing a problem, you're faced with doing a task that you don't want to do, anything. Think of this as something that you can either, you can moan about and groan about and talk about how unfair life is, or you can realize that this is just something that has to be done and you've got to get on with it. In order to get past that and onto the next stage, you've got to put up with this. Think about it as the door that you have to step through in order to get to the life that you want to leave. It's just discomfort for most people. These are not dangerous things. They're not catastrophic events that are happening in your life. Nothing bad is going to happen to you because of your cravings. It depends on how much drink you've been pouring into your body before you're trying to stop. There's a scale that we can go on from people who drink lightly, who maybe drink a couple of drinks in the evening, or they drink at the weekend, they drink a bit too much at the weekend, they're just tired of it. Or there are people who just are chugging down bottles of spirits every day. If you're on that crazy side of consumption, you've got more problems than simple cravings, and this advice is not for you, right? For everyone else, what we're talking about here is cravings that are caused by conflicting motivations. You have the motivation to drink and a motivation not to drink, competing with each other at the same time, banging up against each other inside of your head. A motivation to get the buzz, right? To get that little bit of happiness or whatever it is that you're using alcohol for. And the other motivation to avoid the toxic effects on your body. So really think about the cravings as the clash of these competing desires, these competing ideas, these competing emotions. Now, if you want to get help to start on this journey, we've got a free preparation module that's part of our overall Stop Drinking Alcohol program. You can get it for free, and it will just help you to change those mindsets, to help you to improve the way that you're thinking about yourself after you stop drinking alcohol, and to make it a lot easier for you to deal with the discomfort and the cravings. The link is in the description down below. So when you're feeling the cravings, it means that you're doing the right thing. It's a sign that you're moving in the right direction. If you genuinely want to stop drinking alcohol, that is. When people make the decision to stop drinking alcohol, they're at a point when the pain that they feel, the consequences from the drinking that they feel, these are much greater than any fleeting pleasure that they're now feeling from the alcohol. They made the decision to stop. The discomfort that used to be masked with the alcohol is now out in the open. It's not being numbed anymore. And the discomfort is now transferred from drinking alcohol to not being able to drink alcohol. So you're feeling that discomfort of not being able to drink alcohol. And I'm telling you, I've done this myself. I've helped a lot of people to do this myself. That discomfort of drinking alcohol, that's just going to get worse. And the discomfort of stopping drinking alcohol will get better and easier, right? Now, the way I used to think about it was, there's plenty of times when I felt like a drink, but I couldn't, for whatever reason, just couldn't have a drink at that time, or for that day, or for that weekend. And once I got over myself, I moved past that initial frustration, and even though the frustration wasn't there, it was grand, right? I still had the urge, but I just got on with whatever else I had to do. And that was that. I really think one of the biggest lessons that I learned once I did stop, and I started out on that path of where I wanted to go, to stop drinking alcohol, but to be a better dad to my kid. I realized that all the urges that I was feeling, the discomfort, that was the cost of the travel, right? The price I had to go on to take that journey, right? To feel the discomfort of not being able to have a drink and to push through anyway. right, to push through with what I needed to do, right? It's all part of the process. It's all part of getting to that place that you want to be. If you want to get from here to any other place, there's a price that you either have to spend it in energy walking, or you have to put some energy into your car and drive, time and energy put into that. Do anything in life, there is a cost to it, So it's 5% what happens to you and 95% of how you respond. It's just uncomfortable, that's all. They don't last 5 minutes, these craving signals, and then they're gone. So I'll give you a few tips on how you can deal with these cravings before we close off, right? The first one is just to see them as an inevitable part of that process, the part of the path that you have to take, the part of the journey that you have to take. You're not going to get to that life that you want to live if you're not willing to go through this discomfort. It's part of the thing. And if you don't go through the discomfort, you're going to go through discomfort anyway. And that discomfort will gradually get worse and worse and worse. So, what choice do you have? That's what you have to say to yourself. What choice do I have? Like I said, I drank for over 30 years, and it was just part of that journey for me, was understanding that I just had no choice in this. If I wanted to be a shit father, if I wanted my life to go nowhere, then keep drinking. That's what I said to myself. So I put myself into a position, and it shouldn't have gone that far, right? It shouldn't have gone to 30 years. I should have stopped drinking alcohol when my son was born 20 years earlier, but I didn't. No regrets. It is what it is, right? But you have to see that the cravings are an inevitable part of that process. And I'll go back to the beginning again. And if you're here and you're thinking to me, what you're saying is a lot of bullshit, right? That the cravings can put you into hospital. No, I'm not talking about, if you've been loading yourself up with so much alcohol, right, that you need to be hospitalized to get off it, I can't help you with that, right? You've got a lot more problems than just the medical issues, right? You've got to deal with a lot more psychological problems. The fact that you let yourself get to that level where you're drinking so much alcohol that you can't stop. I mean, this doesn't happen with small amounts of alcohol, right? So it is what it is. The second thing is to understand that these cravings, these feelings of discomfort, they're diminishing, right? This too shall pass. They don't last long if you get on with what you have to do, if you focus your mind on where you want to go. And look, the alcohol's not going to pass my lips, and that's it. I think one of the best things that you can do in this case is to distract yourself. The devil makes work for idle hands, right? So, get going. If you're fearful, the best advice that I can give you for fear is just to start doing what you're fearful of, and you'll find that there's nothing to fear. So the third thing is that distraction is your best friend, right? Distract yourself with getting away from the places that are triggering you to drink alcohol, right? Distract yourself by occupying your mind with other things, other ideas, other thoughts. I mean, I used to listen to podcasts while I was out walking, and I used to do bloody damn long walks just because I wanted to tire myself out. I had to think about stuff that I wanted to do in my life. I had to think about the next choices that I was making. I made the choice to stop drinking alcohol, but what now? So those long walks really helped me. Listening to podcasts, listening to audiobooks, trying to really put my mind in a different place. So distract yourself with doing something. The fourth thing is to focus on the outcome that you want, right? Focus on the outcomes that you want, the positive, consistent outcomes that you would like to see in your life. Not on the things that you're missing out on. Most people fail in this journey because they look at the cravings, the discomfort as a sign that first of all, they can't get past that, but also as a sign that they're missing out on something, that there's something there to be missed out on. You're missing out on nothing with alcohol. Alcohol is causing you all the problems in your life. Alcohol is it's at least at the root of those problems. And when you drink alcohol, that's the thing that's creating all the things that you're missing out on. Not stopping drinking alcohol. The fifth one is one of the first things that you can do is to get yourself ready. Make sure you're in the right state of mind. Without the pressure of actually stopping drinking alcohol, right? That includes cutting back on the alcohol, getting your house in order, setting your mind in the right place, knowing what to expect, setting out with the goals that you want in mind, you know, the consistent outcomes that you want in mind. All of these things you can prepare in your mind a week or two before you stop. So get the preparation link down below. And yeah, I'll speak to you soon. Let me know if you have any questions, any comments on that. Let me know what your experiences are, your past experiences of cravings, and what you think of this idea that, you know, your cravings are basically that clash of ideas, that clash of choices. You know, the choice to carry on drinking and the choice to stop. It's an emotional clash. It's an ideas clash. Let me know what you think of that. And yeah, I'll speak to you in the next one. All right, take care of yourself. Onwards and upwards. Bye now.